The homelessness crisis in Bangor is growing, with more people struggling to find stable housing. But a new project from the Bangor Housing Authority is aiming to change that. News Center Maine's Akua Deval shows us how the new housing plan seeks to help some of the city's most vulnerable people.
Success is not having folks live outside for another cold winter.
And in Bangor, a new housing project is aiming to do just that, moving dozens of people off the streets and into permanent housing.
Which will house the most difficult folks to house, the folks that you see living in the woods, the folks that have the most encounters with law enforcement.
The project is part of the state's Home for Good initiative, a program funded by the Department of Health and Human Services and Maine Housing to build permanent supportive housing with built-in services across Maine.
Home for Good is exactly that. It is a home for good.
The plan calls for 60 supportive apartments along Corporate Drive with 24/7 on-site services provided by Preble Street.
This is what the front of the building will look like.
Bangor Housing Executive Director Mike Myatt says residents will sign leases and pay rent based on a third of their income, providing a stable environment for them to get back on their feet.
Services will be provided on site, and that will really reduce the burden that's been felt for the city for a long time in terms of corrections, the emergency rooms, law enforcement.
Units will be prioritized for those with the greatest need rather than a traditional waiting list. Bangor Area Homelessness Response Coordinator Bruce Hughes says there are more than 200 people in Bangor that he believes need this level of support.
But by taking some of these high barrier people that need just that extra little support and help, is just going to unclog the whole system.
What we've learned over the years, and is that this model works, to have social work staff on site.
Preble Street Executive Director Mark Swan says those on-site services include case management, counseling, and help reconnecting residents with their friends and family.
So it's very individualized care and services, but it's based on, more than anything, making sure the housing is successful and that they can sustain that housing. That's kind of the overall goal.
Myatt says construction for the first 30 units will begin here later this summer, with completion expected as early as next spring. In Bangor, Akua Deval, News Center, Maine.
The cost of the first 30 units is expected to be $11 million. Bangor Housing's executive director says they hope the next 30 units will break ground soon after the first 30 are complete.